There's been a lot of talk about how fast-paced this offense is and how it's different than other offenses you guys have played. What effect does that have on you as an offensive lineman?
Obviously, you have to be in a lot better shape, which we worked on a lot this summer. Just trying to simulate as much as possible the tempo of the offense that we're going to be running, just with different football drills, doing more reps with less rest time. So, I mean, that was a big part of Coach Hilgard's strength and conditioning this summer, which definitely helped a lot. I could feel a big difference between coming out of spring and going into fall camp. But definitely, you basically just have to be in better shape, just because of the quick pace offense. I think last year Coach Fuente's offense averaged a play every like 30 seconds, something like that, and it was one of the top 10 in the country in running plays. So it's definitely a lot quicker than what we had last year.
Coach said he was most impressed by the offensive line unit, and credit a couple of you guys for really, paving the way and talking about leadership and getting guys to buy in. Can you kind of give us the genesis of where that came from with, a new regime coming in, but all right, to buy in and let's get behind this?
Well, I mean, usually for me to buy in is not very hard. If I like what you're saying and what you're saying makes sense to me, I'm usually pretty easy to get to buy in. I'll jump in feet first. So, but some of the other guys, especially some of the younger guys who don't know how, I guess, college football works, which is typical of younger guys, some of them, it took them a little bit longer. We had to kind of pull them along. And to be honest, we're still working on it. Still trying to get everybody to buy in 100%. But it's definitely been a process. Some of the younger guys have been harder than others to pull along, but we're working on it. We're getting there.
Two questions, one based off what you just said. How does college football work? And second, when you're running plays so quickly, do you have to know the offense so well that you're not even thinking about what you're doing? You just hear the play call and go do your assignment?
Well, for the first question, the biggest difference between high school and college football, high school football is more just kind of, I don't want to say it's just kind of something you do or a hobby that you do on the side, but it's not nearly as intense or time consuming as college football. When you come to play college football, that's your job. A lot of people don't think that college athletes should be paid as much as they should and whatnot, but I mean it's a job. I mean there's no doubt about it. And the amount of time it takes up from your schedule, it's like going to school full time and then also having a full time job. That's about what it is. So I feel like that's the biggest difference, is just having the mental maturity to approach every day with a blue collar attitude. Come in, get your work done, get everything you can out of it, and take care of everything else off the field. It definitely takes a very mature frame of mind in order to play college football, and that was what I was talking about with younger guys transitioning into how college football works. Because I mean, there's no program in the country that's going to be successful without looking at practice and schedule and meetings and lifting and everything like that as a job. So, and then the second question, obviously you have to know the offense really well, because there can't be any room for hesitation when it comes to knowing what to do on every play. And obviously Gallup does a really good job of getting everybody on the same page. But I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of dilemma with knowing plays and stuff like that, just because we go through them so much. I mean, we run plays every day. I mean, you just go over them and over and over and over again. Until, I mean, if you're out on the field at this point, coming through spring ball, and then halfway through or almost halfway through fall camp and you're still asking yourself what to do on certain plays, you're doing something wrong, just because we go over them so much.
Anybody else for Augie? Yeah.
I have read several people say Coach Fuente has his way of getting his points across. Have you seen him get his points across, and what is his way of getting those points across?
Most definitely. It depends on what point it is, but I feel like one of his big ones is you got to come in and get everything, or you got to get as much as possible out of every day. You can't just come into practice and clock watch, as he calls it, just kind of punch the clock and just go through the motions. You gotta get as much out of every day of practice and drills and stuff as possible, or else it's just gonna make your life a lot more difficult if you don't. So we've kind of learned that since Coach Fuente has been here. We definitely learned it the hard way, but we definitely learned it. But he does. I mean, if he says something, you can pretty much count on it being fact. So. I think everyone's pretty much gotten that by now, that there's nothing that comes out of his mouth that's just it's not true. So the hard way is usually up downs after practice, and trust me, coming out of practice up downs is the last thing you want to do.
All right. Thanks, Augie.
Appreciate it.